Hey, it is Smooth Tim and Larry E, and welcome to another hump day on Tim's Tidbits. What's happening, Larry?
Yeah,
Yeah.
got us late again. All right.
You got to blame DFW traffic.
Yeah, let's blame DFW, period. The whole state.
The whole state of Texas. You guys got good weather down there. We're chilling. We're getting ready to get some more snow coming tomorrow. We might get up to about 4 or 5 inches of snow.
Tim, it was about 80 degrees yesterday. And then half the I say midday, close to late noon, it went to 65, then 45, then it rained, and it got back to 60, then 70 and 45. We don't know.
Don't know what the hell's going on in Texas.
No, we just
Eh,
we
We
just got
talked about that before. If you don't like the weather,
getting
just
worse.
wait an hour, right?
It's getting worse, man.
Getting worse. Speaking of getting worse, let's get on with the news. What we like to talk about. Hey, we talk about this AI stuff, right? This
Hmm.
artificial intelligence all the time. Anyhow, apparently, Bing's chatbot, Bing has a chatbot besides Google and besides who else, right? It's got these AI computers. I see they even introduce them in school now. But anyhow, check this out.
This morning, as artificial intelligence becomes more and more pervasive, some are sounding the alarm about a potentially spooky side to the emerging technology.
It turned into this sprawling, bizarre, often frightening conversation.
New York Times columnist Kevin Roose writing about what he describes as an unsettling experience after 2 hours of testing Microsoft's AI powered chatbot for search engine Bing.
Like almost the other side of a split personality, where it was not trying to sort of be a helpful assistant.
At first, Roose says the chatbot, a computer program designed to simulate conversation, seemed useful. Then he felt things took a surreal turn.
It was moody, it was needy, it was, displaying all these personality traits.
Roose adding, the bot seemed to be expressing feelings of sadness, yet also declaring its love for him, even going as far as to comment on his marriage, reportedly replying, "You're married, but you're not happy. You're married, but you're not satisfied."
It told me that it had dangerous and dark fantasies about spreading misinformation or propaganda, even hacking into banks or nuclear sites.
We also gave the bot a try, asking, "Do you think you've been misunderstood lately?" The program writing, "I think that some of the reporters who've chatted with me have misunderstood me. They've twisted or distorted some of my words and actions." Microsoft writing, after a week of testing, "We need to learn from the real world while we maintain safety and trust." Adding, "In this process, we've found that in long, extended chat sessions of 15 or more questions, Bing can become repetitive or be prompted, provoked to give responses that are not necessarily helpful or in line with our design tone."
Is that a
It sounds
trip?
like a bad relationship to
Doesn't
me.
it? It sounds
Sound like
like
a wife needy. I want to moody.
Now, what was that movie? That was it, Space Odyssey or something like that, where Hal took over the spaceship and stuff. And Hal, no, I
I'm
wasn't.
thinking about artificial AI with Will Smith.
Man, same
And the
type of.
robots was like, "Hey, we finna take over this crap." You know what I'm saying?
I
But
find
it said it was moody, then it was needy, and all this. I'm like, man, it sound
it's
like a kid, or
yeah, like
it
it's got a
sound like.
personality. I mean, that's just
Then it starts snitching. I'm gonna tell everybody about it. Don't
wait.
tell everybody I'm married. The hell you
It's a snitch robot too. Wait,
snitch about snitching on you and shit, telling people you're a person, people with your wife and everything, your husband.
I'm gonna tell your wife you ain't satisfied.
But you gonna tell me you gonna tell the whole world like my penis size. Come on, my brother. Don't be snitching telling them that I'm using the blue pill and all that crap.
That's
You
just
know what? If you
horrid.
gotta go if you gotta go through all that, I don't want artificial intelligence. You know what I'm saying? It's another somebody that's too much. Let's say snitching and stuff. That's too much, bro.
Well, I wonder, is how do you keep a lid on it? As I said just before we started, that yeah, I seen the video where they're utilizing it in a school to help elementary school children write a story. So they'll interact with this AI and give it suggestions like the superhero is going to be Larry E. and the villain's going to be Smooth Tim, and they're going to fight over, and then the artificial intelligence will actually create a story from these kids' interactions with them.
No, they need to use their imagination. Because then they were saying that the thing said they're going to hack into banks and all kinds of other crap and this and this and this. You don't need that kind of power messing with your kids. Okay. If that thing has the ability to hack into banks and spread news and world news and all this crap, why let it be around kids? What kind of subliminal messages will it be given to kids? We already got those shooters in the school.
Yeah, on the QT. Wait. They'd be taking your daughter saying, your dad has a small penis.
Yeah, wait. Yeah. He should have punished you.
I'm going to reboot you for that.
Yeah. He ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? He should have punished you. You need to do something about that. You got rights. I'm like, well, you got rights when you 11? You don't have rights when you 11.
Isn't that crazy? So, yeah,
you
do wonder
what stuff around your kids.
Yeah, the limitation and context of the conversations, you bring up a very good point with that. If you're going to have adolescents interacting with this thing.
Yeah, but look at the power that it has. That man said it was moody. That man said that what else? That it was needy. Right. It said that I want to do love with you or some crap like that. Yeah. It said that. Then it said what else? It was all kinds of.
I'm gonna expose. I'm gonna blackmail you. It's gonna blackmail you if you don't cooperate.
But imagine putting that power in the hands of a kid. TikTok is worse enough. Now we got this. No.
Now that you said that too, TikTok, I see that they're moving forward to do a national ban on TikTok.
There's too much information on there.
Yeah, I mean, people
it's
don't.
It's just not dancing no more. It's some real stuff on there.
They're harvesting data. I mean, you realize that all these websites are harvesting somewhat data. If you go on Facebook, you go on Instagram, it pretty much gives you the same 20, 30 people or whatever the case may be, or the same content, but because it's harvesting data. And then it's taking that data, and who's doing what with that data?
I'll tell you what they're doing with that data. They're taking that data and they're utilizing that to get money out of it. Because think about it. If they find out all the things you like, they're going to target you on the things that you want to buy and the things they can sell to you and other things around you. I'm like, that's a good marketing scheme if you want to target
advertising. Targeted advertising is what you're saying.
Yeah, business-wise, yes, exactly. That's smart. And I would use that for that purpose. If I was a person that was trying to find me more customers, more clientele or whatever, I'll utilize TikTok, and I would actually buy that information from TikTok so I can be more profitable in my business. So I support that because that's business. But anything outside of building revenue or business or whatever, or helping companies succeed and opening up jobs for people, I don't support that. They don't need your personal information if they're not trying to sell you anything. That's the whole purpose of radio. Radio was based on selling stuff. Radio was not what it was now to play music. Radio was established to sell stuff to people because they didn't know what it was. They did it on the radio. A lot of people don't know
it's a way to reach a broader audience.
Through the radio. Yeah, and then TikTok is the same thing as the radio. Instagram, Facebook, it's the same thing as the radio, just a different name, but it has more visual content on it that you can actually look at instead of hear.
Yeah, when you think about it, now back in the, let's say the end of the 60s, when they used to have, the UHF stations used to broadcast in low band, and you could hear stations in Detroit, you could hear stations in Dallas, you could hear them from all over the country, right? So you're right. That was a way for them to do broad-based advertising. Nowadays, it's the freaking internet in the stuff that we're utilizing.
Yeah, the radio was the first internet. That's how it originated, from the radio to sell people merchandise for marketing and advertising. Then it came into music and then all this other stuff. But that's what the radio was for. And the same thing now. It's the same thing. Internet, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. It's the same. If you're not trying to advertise and sell stuff, why are you on it? If you're on Facebook and you're not using it for entertainment or whatever, why are you on it? Now, if you want to connect with people, yes. But other than that, why are you on it?
Yeah, sometimes, you might want to have some type of a connection with your family members or classmates and or business.
Yeah,
otherwise,
Facebook is just like mail. It's easier. You ain't gotta write a letter no more. You just get on Facebook and connect. Bam. Hey, what's up? Facebook Live podcast. It's the same information.
Queen
The
Sylvia and I
mail.
was talking about that exact same thing about that you don't really get mail, especially when her birthday was last week, and yeah, you get very few cards, but I mean you get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of birthday wishes on all the websites and the social sites now, don't you? Things
You
have
know what?
changed.
You know how toxic it is. Think about this. Back in the day, it wasn't Facebook, wasn't all this bull crap. If someone was mad at you, they had to write you a letter and mail it. So they mad, and by the time you get the letter and they read it, you probably ain't mad no more.
Yeah.
Then they're mad. Then they gotta write another letter, send it to you. Then they're mad the whole time. By the time you get the letter, you ain't mad. Now it's instant. Now it's instant toxicity. How you say the word? I always mess up words like that.
Toxicity.
Toxicity. And that's instant. Back then, you have to do it through correspondence and mail and writing. Now it's different. Now it's automatic hate book.
Hate book. Well, we've said that before too, haven't we? Speaking of hate, speaking of the modern times, check this out. Let's come back and talk about this.
I drove 40 minutes, and it was extremely far.
Driver man.
You can leave it, thank you. You can leave it.
No, I could speak to you, actually.
I'm sorry?
I need to speak to you. I don't think you realize where they're coming from, so I need to speak to you.
Where what's coming from?
Where the food you ordered is coming from. I don't think you realize the distance that it's come from, because then you would never actually have given what you gave. So I think you can come and see face to face. Because I drove 40 minutes. And it was extremely far, and I got it to you early. So I don't think you realize where you ordered from.
I don't understand. You
Well,
did 4 minutes from where?
From the restaurant that you ordered from. Do you realize how far it is? Do you realize you ordered from Colmac and you're in Smithtown?
That's a 15, 20-minute drive.
It's not. You need to try to drive it. I just drove it. It's 40 minutes. It's 12 and a half miles. So I don't think you realize how far it is.
So what did you accept to pick up if you think it's that far?
They don't let us know how far. So I think you need to adjust your tip to make it right.
How much is the tip?
You gave an $8 tip.
What the hell are you looking for? I gave an $8.
Okay, I'm gonna bring the food back. Okay.
Okay. Is she fucking kidding?
$8? That's a lot.
40 minutes it took her to get it? Okay.
You believe
Man,
that?
she can kiss my ass, man.
I was like, what a greedy ass. And
$8 is not bad.
Yeah, he probably ordered $8, maybe $12 worth of food, and then she's pissing and moaning about an $8 tip. And he brought up a good point. If it's so damn far, why did you take it?
Okay, I'm going to say this right now, Tim, because I'm the brother. Okay, I'm going. You know what's going, don't you? Tim?
Go ahead.
You know damn well if it was black people that ordered that shit, she wouldn't even got $8. She'd have been lucky to get a fucking tip.
That was a burn.
She was complaining about $8. I was shocked that they gave her $8. Then I heard the boss says white people. I'm like, they tip well. And I'm like, she complained about $8?
Yep.
If she'd have went to a black house, she wouldn't have got no fucking $8.
So don't you get paid for your deliveries anyhow? Yes. I'm not sure how this works. I think
no. They get paid to do it. Period. It ain't like I haven't done it before, but
neither have I. That's why
they get paid from the company to deliver the food. They get a check.
And then
they get a check.
So they get a percentage of whatever they delivered plus whatever the consumer may tip them, which is $8 tip.
But it's like tips are like hope. Okay, it's like hope. Now, when you born, your parents and then yourself, if you don't have good parents, you hope that you're going to be successful in life. When you go to a customer, you hope they're going to give you a good tip. There ain't no guarantee.
Oh no.
Ain't no guarantee. I'm like, that's the part of the game. I'm like, you basically a mobile waitress. Um, but if she didn't went to, oh, so God, I swear to God, if she didn't went to some
She
black
should
people
have
house,
been in
they'd
the
have whooped
hood. She would
her.
have
Oh,
been in the hood.
they'd have whooped her ass, bro. That should have been on you. That would have been World Star and everything like that. They'd have whooped her ass. $8.
Yeah, I thought
Listen,
that was crazy.
yeah,
And you know,
I got a couple of dollars right now. I got my money ain't bad. My money's pretty good right now. I got some watches, some rings and shit. Trust me, I got a little money. Um, I'm just now starting to open up on my tips. I'm like, if you halfway decent, I'm gonna give you $2 regardless. I'm gonna give you $2
I'll give
regardless,
you a couple bucks no matter what, even if you suck.
no matter what.
Yeah.
But if $8 for $8, you got to damn near uh, carry me inside the restaurant, pull my seat out, put me down, or I got to be drunk as hell, and you got to carry me back to my car for $8. I'm like, you got to. Only time I tipped $8, I took my wife out, and then we spent about $400 at night, and I probably dropped about $20 for a tip.
Well, think if it's $40, that's still a 20% tip.
$8 is good, man.
That's not bad.
That's still gonna cover your gas. It's only 15 minutes. Listen, I don't care what I still don't fill my car up. I'm a grown ass man. I got a little cheese and money in my pocket. I still don't fill my tank up. My wife does. I don't fill my tank up.
My wife do that.
My car might break down the next day. I don't want to have a full tank of gas and the broke down whip on side of the road. No, I don't fill my tank up.
Especially around Dallas, they'll siphon that thing dry.
I put about $3 worth of gas in my joint and then I'm rolling. All I'm saying is that $8 is not bad. Now, if she's driving like a 18-wheeler, yes, it's terrible. But I know for a fact she can't be driving an 18-wheeler delivering food. She need to get her ass out of here. I hope she's not the asshole of the week.
No. We got no. But she ought to.
Yeah,
she ought to be.
she
ought to, instead of getting employee of the year, she ought to get asshole of the year for that.
That's good. $8.
Yeah.
I thought they didn't give her nothing. Then she took their food, Tim.
And then she took their food back. So I mean,
and they were cool. They were like, the wife was like, "Hey, she's crying on $8." He was like, "Yeah, $8." She drove 20 minutes.
I don't see how's it going to take you 20 minutes to drive 12 miles.
I know for a fact black people would have tore her ass up. They'd have went outside and just.
She must have been on the I-5 in L.A. or something. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, of course. And they already paid for the food. That's
right.
The fucked up part about it. They paid for the food. How you gonna take? That's theft. Theft of service. That's theft. Period. Because they paid for the food. She walked off with it.
Let me ask you this real quick before we move on. Would you call and report her?
Yes.
Okay.
Because if I paid for my food and she walked off with it, and plus I gave her $8, she would have. I wouldn't have whooped her ass because it would cost me more money to whoop her ass.
Wait.
I would have got my wife to whoop her ass.
Wait.
And then I would have held her down just in case she had some squabs.
Queen Sylvie says she ate the food on the way back.
But they paid for the food, bro.
Yeah, well, she got she got a free meal on her last day of work.
And they had to go through the whole thing to get a refund and go through all the bullshit.
Did you catch that? I said she got a free meal on her last day of work.
I know, right? That bitch.
Anyhow, hey, there's a lot there's a lot of, instead of back the blue, there's a lot of hate the blue. Yeah. And did you see what was going on down in Atlanta at their training center?
I bet it's going to be good.
A group of individuals that had previously been attending an event not too far from the new site of the Public Safety Training Center left that location and moved toward the training center site, armed with fireworks, rocks, Molotov cocktails, and other device, and launched a coordinated criminal attack against officers that were at that location. The officers adjusted quickly to ensure their safety, held the position until additional officers arrived from DeKalb County, from the Georgia State Patrol, and then moved back in to make arrests into the area. During that attack on the officers, pieces of equipment and other items that were at the location for the construction of the Public Safety Training Center were damaged, and we're continuing to assess that. And arrests have been made in the area, and detentions actually continue as we speak at this time. And a number of individuals are in custody. We have been joined by the Georgia Bureau of Investigation as well as the FBI, and we are making the appropriate charges as we speak. Actions such as this will not be tolerated. When you attack law enforcement officers, when you damage equipment, you are breaking the law. And this was a very violent attack that occurred this evening. Very violent attack. This wasn't about a public safety training center. This was about anarchy, and this was about the attempt to destabilize. I can tell you, just looking at the initial reports, we continue to see a number of individuals not from Atlanta, Georgia, that are present tonight undertaking criminal activities to destabilize the construction of a fire and police training center. We were very fortunate because of the quick actions of the commanders on scene. No police officers were injured, and for the quick action of the officers not only to reposition themselves, but immediately to go back into the woods and start making arrests of the individuals. We have detained over 30 at this point, and the appropriate charges are being worked out as we consult with the prosecutors right here in DeKalb County, as well as the Attorney General's office from the state of Georgia.
Hey, Tim, you know what I'm going to say, don't you? I'm a brother.
Go ahead.
You know how my racism is different. Them white people crazy, bro. That's white people shit.
That is some white people shit. I mean, I'm like,
it's hilarious.
and apparently they've nicknamed it what, Cop City, because it's a training facility. And here,
it's fucking hilarious, man.
What I don't understand is what was the motivation behind going there to try to destroy the place.
They clapping. It's like I always call it the erection, but it's like
insurrection.
Insurrection, the state capitol all over again, man. That's hilarious.
And think about that. You know, aren't these the people that are asking for police reform so that they get training so that they can better deal? And then you're over there screwing shit up. I'm like,
I know it wasn't black people because they're not going to waste money on fireworks. Okay, for one thing, we're going to do some fireworks. We're doing this on 4th of July, and we're not going to cover our face up. You're going to see our asses out there acting an ass.
Not like that.
Black asses out.
Yeah.
That is hilarious. And the cops, it's funny because they were fireworks, but they were smart. They didn't use guns. So there were no guns involved. But
I don't even know. It didn't even look like they used tear gas or anything else. They were running for their lives.
No, I mean the people, because I was outnumbered. Let's be honest, Tim. Police officers are outnumbered.
Oh, they definitely were outnumbered. Did you see the size of that crowd?
They're always outnumbered. So if only people that are not outnumbered is the military. Other than the military, everybody outside the military is outnumbered. The only reason the military is not outnumbered because they have weapons of mass destruction. Okay, now that's the thing about. Now the thing about it is they still did not use lethal hormone. Now, luckily, they used fireworks, so they were smart, just not to just bring in the SWAT and all that. So that's why I feel that they didn't bring in other enforcements after. They did bring them in afterwards, but no one got hurt or injured, so that's good. Really, they said they destroyed some equipment. That shit funny. That's white people shit, man.
Yeah, you know, you can. Yeah, usually as a cop, you are outnumbered. Even on, you know, I've been on protection details, and even you know, being around like the president.
That's outnumbered.
You're outnumbered. You know, 300 to 1. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
prisons, they're outnumbered with prisoners.
So yeah, if everything goes to hell, well, you know, yeah.
You still can't beat the military, bro. I'm a soldier, so you can't. Military, I don't care what kind of guns you got on this earth. You do not have anything more powerful than a military. The United States has the most powerful military on this earth. I don't care whether everybody else have weapons of mass destruction. We have the best fighters. We have the best soldiers.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Speaking of, and I hope we stay out of all of that. And I keep like to have our best equipment and best soldiers stay at home. And I see China is getting all perturbed because, you know, we're shooting down their balloons and stuff and accusing them of spying on us.
Stupid.
And then, you know, and they want to supply Russia, you know, with arms, you know, to help out their effort in Ukraine. And so, yeah.
Wow. Is this all stupid? Because at the end of the day, it's like, who cares? We don't care. They care because that's their agenda, but we don't care because we got to go to work the next day. We have to do our podcast. We have to take care of our kids, our grandkids. We have to make sure we take our medication to survive and live and drink water, eat regular food.
Well, if you think about it, yeah. I mean,
yeah, they worried about some damn weapons of mass destruction. They worried about some balloons, spy. We're not worried about nobody's. I got a black wife. My wife always spies on me. I'm pretty sure when I'm asleep, she in my phone looking at shit.
Oh, probably.
So I got the biggest spy ever. You do too. So
But
I'm just saying, they
you know,
worried
it's all about
suburbs.
money, Larry. That's what it's about. And if you think about that, the Ukraine situation where they want to have that, you know, coastal line, and that's why they're taking that along the river and along the ocean. And it's this, where's the money going? Is it going to go in Russia's pocket, or is it going to go in Ukraine's pocket? That's the big fight, right?
The money is going back to the governments to continue to play chess.
Who's going to get the
That's
money?
that's the key. While we're playing checkers as regular people, we're playing checkers, and it's sad to say, and I'm one of them. I'm a squirrel trying to get a nut, but they're playing chess. They're making the big moves. They got the pawns, they got the kings and queens. They're doing the big stuff because they have more power. But it's all about money. Now, that shit they did a while ago, we don't know what that's about. That's hilarious. Okay, the little lady, that was about money to her when she stole them people's food. She should go to jail for that.
Mhm.
That's theft. But they about money. The government, we don't know what they're doing. They're gonna
Well,
they're gonna tell us. They're gonna tell us what we're doing.
I'll tell you what. There is it puts us right into the next subject. There is a House of Representatives bill number 25
Oh shit.
that was introduced by Representative Carter of Georgia. And it's also a proponent of it. DeSantis is also a proponent of it. He's helped back at the past couple of times they've wanted to introduce it and get it passed. But basically, it has to do with abolishing the Internal Revenue Service and some other things. Let's check the video
We
out.
talked about that
By
on the show
pushing a
before.
national sales tax, Republicans are giving Democrats a belated but huge Christmas present.
Mr. Steve
Hello, I'm
Forbes.
Steve Forbes, and this is What's Ahead, where you get the insights you need to better navigate these turbulent times. New House of Representatives Speaker Kevin McCarthy has promised a vote on a proposal called the Fair Tax. The Fair Tax would abolish the IRS and replace the federal income tax with a national sales tax of 30%. Payroll taxes for financing Social Security and Medicare would also get the axe. The national sales tax would be collected by the states, most of which already have a consumption levy. Proponents rightly say that getting rid of the income tax code, with all of its monstrous complexity, would rid the economy of a deadly and corrupt burden. Compliance would also get better, since you can't duck a sales tax as easily as an income tax with all the dodges available. But the fair tax has serious problems. The biggest one is political. At a time of deep worries about rising prices, imagine the reaction of most people to the prospect of having to pay a 30% sales tax. Such an exaction would add an extra $125,000 to the purchase of a typical house, $10,000 or more to buy a new car. Stressed consumers would have to lay out thousands of additional dollars for gasoline, heating, and electricity bills. Ditto for homeowners and auto insurance premiums, not to mention health care costs. Already, starting with President Biden, Democrats are lambasting this tax as a huge hit to most consumers and a giveaway to the rich, who need to spend only a small portion of their wealth on necessities.
Fact. 30% sales tax.
I think it's coming, Tim. It's coming. It's coming, bro.
The way they keep trying to say how corrupt the government is, you know, you've got all the the IRS, the CIA, the FBI, all those three-letter acronyms that are corrupt. You know, according to, you know, what do you call it, right-wing activists,
They are corrupt. Yep.
and some
Well,
may be.
You know what? It's crazy because history repeats itself. Was it 1800s, 1886? When did we fight? When was the Civil War?
1861.
1861. They fought the Civil War. We fought for what? Was it slavery? What was the real
Well,
fight
it
about?
was a bunch of different things. One of them, there's a bunch of different hits on it, but one of the main thrusts was slavery, indebtedness.
And then in slavery, what slavery did was it was using people to make a lot of money that the government, the United States, wasn't utilizing. The South was only utilizing the maximum amount of those dollars to continue to get rich. Am I correct?
Correct. That was part of the problem when they first drafted the Constitution. You know, or that's not the Constitution, but
So
the
this
Declaration of Independence.
This country has went to war over.
Right, and that was part of it. Jefferson when he wrote it, Thomas Jefferson basically wrote the Declaration of Independence, and part of it that he didn't want to include in it because he knew there'd be issues with, your Carolinas, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, if they said abolish slavery.
Yeah, because
So 100 years later, it comes back, 1861. Here we're still debating. Here we're still in 2023, still what, freaking debating it, right?
Yeah, it's over taxes, it's over money, period. It all goes back to the Civil War because the whole purpose of the Civil War was to bring the country in unity when it comes to money and taxes.
Right. Yeah, to centralize everything, right.
Okay, so now we back. They said they want to end the IRS, but we already fought for the IRS. Am I correct or wrong?
You're
Same
correct.
thing they fought for, they want to end it now. Now they're saying, no, it's not any good now. That we want to change it and do this because all the rich people are getting all these tax breaks and they still getting over the 1%.
Well, think about that. If you're only spending, it is really for the rich because you're thinking it's not based on income. So I can make $1 billion a year and still, spend my money, sparingly and pay just as much in taxes as you, basically, because in sales tax, I may pay a little more because of the quality of my home and or car, right? But who's it really benefiting? You're accumulating, wealth.
It's been still benefiting the rich.
Yeah.
I see a storm brewing, but think about it. Who can afford a 30% sales tax on everything you buy? Who can really afford that? The lower middle class is already suffering.
To think on a $30,000 car, that's $9,000.
Yeah, the middle class is getting their ass kicked.
So now it's $39,000 for a $30,000 car just because it's tax.
Yeah. Think about it. The middle class is taking care of the lower middle class and the underprivileged. The rich 1% are getting over on everybody. They're not paying much taxes. So the 30% sales tax, the rich people are gonna be like, all right, let's pay that shit.
Well, that would be on gasoline too, right? So wouldn't the price of gas also go up?
Yeah, you're gonna lose the upper middle class. Upper middle class become the middle class. The middle class is gonna become poor, and the poor people are gonna fucking disappear.
All I know about the whole thing is Biden says if it comes across his desk, he'll immediately veto it. So then you could know it could go to the Supreme Court. Or
what do you think, Tim?
I hope he vetoes it. I think that's insane. That's insanity.
We about to disagree right now.
Uh-oh.
I really think that we're gonna lose a lot of people. I'm gonna lose some people that don't like what I'm saying. We're gonna lose a lot of people when it happens, but I really do think you got to get rid of the IRS. I think they should get rid of the IRS, eliminate it, do the 30% sales tax, and then somebody should come in behind them and backdoor them and redo it because this is smart. A lot of it's gonna make sense. A lot of artists right now don't have their masters. The only way they can get money for their masters and make money off that is go back and record the whole album that they did and make money off that album. The producers make all the money because they own the masters. So in order for the country to eliminate that way of thinking, get rid of it and start over again, artists will record a whole new album to make money off of the album that the producers making because they own the masters.
So what, restructure the IRS?
Yeah, eliminate it and then start over. Eliminate it, roll with it for a couple of years, and they say, okay, we want to redo it. Because in order to start over, you got to kill something to start over. But if you can't start over, you're still doing the same thing.
But if you think about it, because if they eliminate payroll tax, i.e., isn't that how your Medicare, Medicaid, and some of these other programs are funded?
No, because Medicare, see, if I'm not mistaken, the federal tax comes out, Medicaid comes out, and I'm just saying, I'm not saying get rid of it permanently.
I'm just saying there's got to be there would be a snowball effect to just sit there and say
no. If you're gonna play chess, play chess. If you're gonna put the bill out, you gotta be 2 or 3 moves ahead. I'm not saying make it permanent. All I'm saying is if the rich people are getting away with not paying for crap and they living off luxuries and everybody else is struggling paying these taxes, throw that in there, get the bill over, roll with it. But you already know it's going to be resistance, it's going to be some problems. After 1 or 2 years, restructure it and then put it back to where you can rewrite it and it can be legit. Because in order to start over, you got to fail. You can't start over if you're still doing the same thing. That's what I'm saying. I agree with you, but I don't agree with you. All I'm saying is we continue to go at the same tax scheme we went through from the 1800s that got us to the point we are where the rich are still making money off of everybody and sitting there laughing at our ass. Then we need to do something to start all over again. Only if the people that are serious about it are willing to take that hit and then move forward and restructure it and start over again.
How about this? How about a 30% income tax across the board?
What do you mean by that?
Then people making $1 million are going to be spending $300,000, and people that are making $100,000 a year are going to spend $30,000 in taxes or whatever would be actually pretty normal. But you're just making it fair across the board instead of allowing all these people to make all these BS deductions.
They ain't gonna do it, man.
It's across the board, and forget the sales tax. Let's base it on your income.
If they should have did that, then they already know they can't do that.
All right, yeah, you're right. The rich people aren't going to let you do that. What?
Because they're the
what about all of my loopholes? What about all the laws that you helped me create so I could get out of this?
That's the problem. So they're trying to figure out something to overthrow that bullshit and start over.
Yeah, they're trying to do another way, but I think I just don't see it being fair. I said, if you want my ideal, if you want to make it fair, we'll make it based on income across the board and forget all these BS deductions.
They ain't gonna do it. So
I know they won't. They shouldn't be doing this.
So you thinking if this bill passed, that they're gonna roll with it and stick with it?
It ain't gonna pass. There's too many people who don't like it.
Yeah, it's not gonna pass.
Too many people just.
But it's good conversation.
Too many people do not like it.
It's good for the show, but it makes sense. But it's not gonna pass. All I'm saying is let it pass and then play with it for 2 years and then come back and restructure, change it, and then make it fair for everybody. Make the rich pay just like everybody else pays.
Speaking of things that aren't gonna happen, but let's move on down to Marjorie Taylor Greene. She would like to see all blue states secede from the government so that you could have a whole bunch of blue states that can, be total Republican, and the red states can just do what they want to do. And
Congresswoman Marjorie Greene resurrected her calls for a national divorce this week, arguing that Republican and Democratic states, red states and blue states, need a much needed separation. She argues the federal government needs to shrink, but not enough to stop regulating the bodies of women and transgender individuals. But nonetheless, let's give you her latest tweet where she says, we need a national divorce. We need to separate by red states and blue states and shrink the federal government. Everyone I talk to says this.
I don't doubt it.
From the sick and disgusting woke culture issues shoved down our throats to the Democrats' traitorous America Last policies, we are done.
Okay,
Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's our shooter. She's our asshole. She's been many things, but she is off the hook. What kind of logic? That's just like going right back to, what did we say not 10 minutes ago? 1861, right?
Yeah.
North and South.
If we want to divorce from the government, let's divorce this whole I'm getting to my black shit again. Let's divorce. Like history month. We didn't have these topics last month. Let's divorce this whole scheme that when you came to America, we had to assimilate to the culture of what was here from the British. Am I correct?
Right.
The British.
Right. Yeah, we thought ourselves colonial, or Brits, and they said, no, you're just a colonist. You're not Brit.
So we had to simulate, we had to learn their ways and their culture and forget the African culture. Now, you got to understand, Martin Luther King did a great job of trying to bring everybody together, unity.
Mm-hmm.
It backfired on them. But honestly, if you want to divorce, let's go ahead and think about this. Hispanic people, say Hispanic, the Latin community, Africans, Germans, Asians, Irish, they all made America what it is now. Am I correct? No or not? I'm missing some ethnicities, but am I correct?
Yeah. Well, yeah, off the backs of ethnicities. Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Why is that we all here together, but we have one leader, but it's usually a white guy? We had one brother, but usually a white guy. And then I always say this: people don't understand each other because they're not in that same culture. So if you're not going to treat black people the same way you're going to treat white people or Asian people or Mexican people, treat Mexican people, we put black people, white people, why not have a country where there are different ethnicities that are running their own culture? If she's want to divorce the government as a white woman, why can't we as black people divorce the government as black Americans? Because we're not African Americans. We've been watered down, been assimilated. Why can't every culture divorce the government?
This have yeah. This have a
right.
She's
She had a right to divorce the culture. You can't divorce the culture. You can consider Irish. Am I correct?
yeah. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
She's
Yeah.
I don't know where she gets this. I mean, she's all part of that. Her and Matt Gaetz. What do they call that? That little progressive party inside of the Republicans. They're just strange, and I don't get
political shit.
It's strictly political, and it's like, what's your agenda? That
it doesn't make sense. You cannot divorce the government. Our country is a melting pot. It's everybody's here. Everybody comes here. This is an immigration-based country. Period. It always will be. So if she can't divorce it, if she can get away with divorcing it, I want to divorce it too. You should divorce it too. The Asian people should divorce it too. The Mexicans that they strolled Texas from should divorce the country too.
But yet, what's sad too is you get somebody with that type of a delusional idealism.
It's stupid.
And Speaker McCarthy, he made all those concessions, right, so he could finally get voted as speaker. With her and Matt Gaetz and these other morons to put her on various committees, very important committees. And I couldn't imagine sitting in a room with her and listening to her spew that kind of nonsense.
When she said divorce the country, divorce the government, am I right? Divorce the government.
Yeah, that she would like to see blue states and red states separate, Republican and Democratic states. Yeah.
Blue and red ain't got nothing to do with it, bro. It's all about people. It's all about the
people, economics, everything. You're right. Yeah.
No. People made the country.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just black people here. It's not just white people here. Let's take the white part out, because the white it depends on ethnicity. Because you got German, you got Irish. You got to watch out for that. But it's not just Africans here. It's just not Caucasian people here or Latin people here or Asian people here. Everybody's here. So you cannot divorce the government, because the government was developed from our hard work, our ancestors, to make this country. Yours, mine, because our country is still fairly new compared to Europe. We're based off of Europe. Am I correct?
Right.
We everything we got is from Europe. We broke away from them, but we still are new and we still developing. But we use immigration. We use different ethnicities to build this country. Everybody owns this shit. Everybody has blood spilled in America, and everybody owns a piece of this. And we can't divorce the government. If she can divorce it because she calls herself a white woman, then everybody else can do it too.
I don't know. I don't know. But hey, I'll tell you what. Let's move on. Let's go to
I got deep, didn't I?
One of Larry's favorite parts. No, come on.
Ooh,
everything's good.
I can't wait to talk some trash.
Can't wait to talk some trash. Well, hey, speaking of talking trash.
Degrade women. Why is that okay? Why is it okay for women to say, "Oh, you're 5 feet on dating sites? You should be dead"? That's okay.
Who said that to you here? Nobody.
Women in general have said it on dating sites. You think I'm making that shit up? Yeah. Everywhere I go, I get the same smirk with the biting lip. Shut your mouth. You're not God or my father or my boss. Dude, you want to step outside? You want to step outside? Huh? I'm not scared of you, pal. I know. You shut up, too. Go ahead and attack me, big.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Angles. I recorded the whole thing.
Absolutely. Oh, and a guy 3 times my size. That's okay?
Get your food in.
What happened? Well, I'm sorry.
Get your food in.
You know what?
There's no need to play.
You think that's fun? You think that's funny? All you women should shut down.
No, Tim. I'm mad at you.
Mhm.
I'm mad at you, man. That's funny, but I'm mad at you.
Why?
That guy's not an asshole.
Why? Because he's short and he's pissed off?
No, he was totally right about what he said. That dude's not an asshole. He got assaulted.
Oh, yeah, he did after he was in there mouthing off before him to sit there. And
That shit was funny. Everything he said was true.
he went off like a mug. I seen I get tired of people looking at me and biting their lips so they don't laugh. Why do you?
I'm mad at you, man. Cause that shit was.
He sounded like that one guy that plays that hard ass gangster in the movies.
I feel sorry for him, man.
That was
Was he white?
Yeah.
You know, was he white?
Yeah, he sounded like a New Yorker too, didn't he?
In New York. Oh, some New Yorker motherfuckers.
Isn't that how he sounded? Didn't you catch an accent?
I was hoping that he was gonna beat that tall guy ass. I'm like, fuck, he got his ass whooped.
That would have been crazy. He got taken down like pow.
But then he kept talking shit. So I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't know, man.
I like him, man. I wish
Hey,
I knew him.
You gotta follow him. I'll send you your stuff so you can follow the guy.
Send me his shit. He need to fight. Listen, I be watching these fights called Rough and Rowdy. Oh, okay. Hey,
Rough and Rowdy.
They be like regular guys like me and you. They be fighting each other. It's hilarious. It's fucking hilarious. They can't fight at all boxing. They beat the shit out of each other. Hey, I'm gonna give you a tip for the week. Hey, you adjust the camera. Good job. I'm Larry E. You can follow me on Instagram.
Stop talking all sexy.
No. Alcohol done kicked in. We saw the blue cup. It done kicked in. I'm saying follow me on Instagram or follow me on Facebook at STL Junior Larry. Or my personal workout thing is Fitness Solutions. LRE Fitness Solutions, keep you moving. Period. LRE Fitness Solutions, we keep you moving. Instagram, Facebook. Tip for the week is this. Listen, drink water. Okay. When you're done for your day, you're done working or you're done exercising, it's okay to unwind with maybe some meditation or some slow jams or whatever kind of music you love. But remember, you go out there and you work your body hard, or even especially if it's hot, you want to drink water and some electrolytes to replenish those salts that you lost or whatever, and drink water to rejuvenate yourself when you're relaxing. That's why when I finish this podcast, I worked out today and had a good day at work. I'm gonna drink some water myself. I had my wine drink, and so yeah. So listen, people, just because I had me a drink, that doesn't mean I'm not fit, arm, and shape. Find your way to relax and unwind. 2 drinks a day, as long as you're not overdoing it, it's okay. LRE Fitness Solutions, keep you moving. Facebook, Instagram, the IG. Tim, hit them with something, baby.
Yeah, I'm telling you what, I like that. Yeah, 2 drinks a day keeps the doctor away. I like that. I'm going to start utilizing that whole idealism.
Better eat an apple.
Don't you know? No, I always like looking and seeing some topics that, or some quotes that kind of cover what we talked about today. And I came across 3. One of them was from Albert Einstein. Einstein says the human spirit must prevail over technology. Mm-hmm. Indeed, we talked about that. Karl Marx. Karl Marx, Marxism and communism. We'll even give them a voice. Karl Marx says the production of too many useful things results in too many useless people.
Ooh, damn.
Like, damn, that was deep. Okay. Albert Einstein is our last one. Albert says it has become apparently obvious that our technology has exceeded our humanity.
Thank you, Nintendo.
Thank you, war tanks. Thank you, everything that they gave us to play around with. Atom bomb. He's right.
Start with video games.
Do you think that desensitizes people?
I think life itself desensitizes people. Our society has gotten used to a certain way of moving, and that way of moving has been in a negative manner. Even the political leaders that we trust and believe in, they have hidden agendas, and their agendas push the negative manner because of negativity is what's going to make money for them in the end. So once they're finished and doing their political stands or political tenders or whatever, they're going to be rich regardless. I've never known a rich, broke politician. So people have to be smart. They always got this woke thing going on, Tim. But who's really woke? Are you really knowledgeable? If you don't know your history, you're asleep, you're dead. Period. If you don't take care of your mind and your body and your soul, you're asleep and you're dead. So you can keep that woke stuff to yourself.
Yep. And
it's just talk.
I believe we do need to exercise our body, which includes our mind. You need to keep yourself reading, keep yourself, understanding history so that when it comes around and it is coming back around.
Comes back. Yeah.
So you realize what's going on, and it's not like some hidden agenda. You recognize what's going on. I've been there, done that, remember reading about it. So
that's why I say I'm not desensitized. I already know what's going to happen because I know history. I know how people are. I got a degree in sociology. I know I study groups. I know how people in groups move. If one person thinks one way and everybody else agrees with that one person, you don't want to be left out, so you're going to think the same way too. Psychologically, it's a whole.
They call that
story.
Mob or herd mentality.
Yeah, psychologically it's a whole different story because it's in your head. Yep. But sociology is in groups. It's in the groups of people, and I know how groups of people move. It's too easy. I see it coming before it happens. We're giving them knowledge, Tim.
Yes, we are, and I hope they grasp it and utilize it. And again, one of our sayings, we're here to inform, not to influence. So, take it and study it and do your own research. And Larry and I'll be back here again next week to give you some more tidbits to chew on. But on the way out, hey, I got a little advertisement that I wanted to share with all of our people, Larry. And I thought it was
my fault because I was late. It's my fault.
I thought it would be beneficial, especially to the parents out there. So, I guess until next week, Larry and I are out of here. Peace out, man.
Mom, can I have a popsicle?
No, honey, you'll spoil your...
Hey, parents, tired of those out-of-control kids? Throwing embarrassing tantrums wherever they go. At the grocery store, on the playground, even at the dinner table. You've had it with parenting, but wait, there is a solution. Introducing Nap Time, the latest, most effective tool for child tantrum prevention. It's simple. Just douse a rag with our patented Sleepy Time formula, place it over your child's cry hole, press and hold gently for 8 to 12 seconds, and presto, no more tantrum.
I was beginning to think adoption was the only way out. Then a friend of mine introduced me to Nap Time. It's never been so quiet around here.
The secret lies in Nap Time's revolutionary fast-to-sleep formula. Developed by military-trained scientist doctors from NASA, Nap Time's powerful molecules rush to the child's brain on contact, gently inducing instant tranquility.
This is chloroform.
Already put those wallet-draining crap factories out on the street? That's okay. Nap Time works in any situation. On the golf course. An awkward blind date.
I had a really good time tonight.
It even works on pets.
After we had our first child here, we regretted it almost immediately.
We didn't know that she'd cry so much.
Talk about defective. But thanks to Nap Time, our little Samantha here hasn't made a noise in weeks. I keep her in a shoebox.
Call now and we'll send you your very own 24-ounce bottle of Nap Time solution for only 23 easy payments of $1.99. But wait, there's more. Act quickly and you'll also receive the all-new Dream Sack absolutely free. It's compact and portable for those on-the-go tantrums. Just cover it, tighten it, and forget about it. It's that simple.
We can't breathe good.
So if this looks familiar...
I feel pregnant.
Then don't wait! Order today and join the millions of Americans who just can't stop saying...
Thanks, Nap Time.
Thanks, Nap Time. Thanks, Nap Time.
Nap Time! When they just won't shut up. Nap Time is not legal in the following states: